Fairtrade Coffee by Jade Scales. What is Fairtrade? Fairtrade coffee is a coffee that is certified as having the Fairtrade standards, meaning it is suitable to sell to other countries and be safe, as well as knowing it is helping the producer of the product. What countries are involved in the manufacturing? There are over 1.655 million farmers, fishermen and workers that help in the process of growing and producing coffee. The coffee is grown in more than 30 countries, with only 4 countries producing over 60% of the coffee. These countries include Brazil, Vietnam, Colombia and Indonesia. They are the biggest producers of this product. The following chart shows the largest producers of coffee in the world from 2007 to 2011. What countries are involved in the distribution? Fairtrade coffee is distributed through transport and is distributed all over the world. Fairtrade coffee is sent to these countries and it is enjoyed by all. Its biggest exporters is shown below. It is based on the years 2007 to 2011. What countries are involved in the consumption? Coffee is the biggest product consumed over all other Fairtrade products. Fairtrade won 14 awards for their coffee in 2017 alone, awarded for great taste. This is due to the people's love for the item and amount consumed. The main countries that consume Fairtrade include Canada, United States, Brazil, Algeria and Australia. The charts below show the largest importers of coffee throughout the years of 2006 and 2010. Here is a map that shows the countries where the product is produced, which is in green, and where the products are sold, which is in blue. What is the process of making Fairtrade coffee? The manufacturing process for Fairtrade coffee is a long yet important one. It all starts with the growing process of the coffee seed. From here is when it is harvested and then goes through a depulping procedure. This is when the seed is separated from the layer of fresh. Now it must be fermented. For it to be fermented, the seeds are placed in large tanks where the coffee sits to build up flavour and build body shape. After being fermented, it is then put out to dry. Next, the coffee is sorted either by hand, machine, or by hand with the help of a conveyor belt. The coffee beans are then roasted at 383 degrees to get them to a deep cinnamon colour. Each coffee bean is then analysed to be sure it is well made and safe to turn into a coffee. The final steps include having it packeted and certified. From there, it is then purchased by an individual and turned into a coffee. This is the process from bean to cup. Here are the 15 steps in more detail. Social, environmental and economic impacts. Fairtrade coffee has both negative and positive impacts relating to the environment, society and economic values of the company. Social impacts include farmers have control of their own future and get great power as well as a voice in what they do. Fairtrade provides support throughout gender equality, producers earn enough for life essentials such as education, healthcare, community, improvements and nutritious foods. Economic impacts, a minimum price that supports farmers and makes them less vulnerable to poverty. Having Fairtrade premium, which allows producers to get additional income. This supports better farming and improvements on crops. Getting access to agriculture service, which help the farmers produce the product better and make them sell more. Lack of access to financial markets and credit. Environmental impacts include Fairtrade supplies environmental protection in which they help protect crops from pests, harmful chemicals, etc. They provide training sessions for the farmers to ensure the best quality products. Large amounts of land are being cleared in order to have room to harvest coffee, ruining animal habitats and forcing them to leave. A positive and negative impact. A positive economic impact includes the producers getting enough money to pay for healthcare requirements, afford a good education, have access to food and water, and be able to make community improvements. Although there isn't a big difference, Fairtrade style farmers are still getting more than the average farmer, and this way they are less vulnerable to poverty. The Fairtrade organisation is paying this all over third world countries and stopping people from being poor, therefore allowing opportunities. A negative environmental impact is that large amounts of land is being stripped for coffee plantations. Within this process, trees are getting destroyed and animal habitats too. This deforestation is causing many wider problems and it's not worth it in the end. Animals are having to find other places to live that don't always have the same climate, and it is hard for them to settle into something that isn't their normal habitat. Would I recommend Fairtrade to a friend? I would definitely recommend Fairtrade Coffee to a friend. Reasons for this is that you can be sure that the farmers are getting paid and treated fairly. It is also reassuring to know that you are helping out local producers and stopping a fraction of poverty, as well as getting good and safe produce. I think it is a great company as well as it is worldwide and easy to access. All of these make Fairtrade an amazing organisation and something I would recommend to friends and family. Thank you for watching. Here is my bibliography on all the sites used for my research.